Alright, what is up guys? JaretCampisi, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to start this video outside because when we pulled in, it's storming out and he had the garage door open. And look at how cool this looks. I don't know if it's gonna show you guys the clouds and everything. And he had it all lit up in here and he's got all kinds of cool bikes that he's working on. But he's got two Harleys in here right now. They're slowly taking over. Are we turning into a Harley channel now? Actually, I almost bought a Harley 48 before my GSXR 600. Imagine how different my channel would be if that had happened. Half of you probably wouldn't even be here. I might get a Harley. Dude, a 48, you can do a lot of cool stuff to those. Maybe we'll turn that on later because it's straight piped. I bet it sounds amazing. But anyway, what we're working on today is this beautiful bike right here, and I'm super excited because we're going to be doing the carbon fiber front wheel. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, most people loved the carbon wheel. A couple people were saying it really needs a Lamborghini wheels. No, I would take these. If this was my bike, I would put those wheels on it right there. It's going to look incredible, especially with the calipers and stuff. So that's what's going to be on the docket today, finishing the front wheel. And we got T-drive rotors, and we've got titanium hardware, and then we even have carbon for this. And we actually do have the rotors, or the freaking, what are they called?
I mean, it does.
Calipers. We have the calipers as well, but I'm not sure if we'll get to that today. That might be the next video, and then the bike will actually be back together and in rideable format. So I'm excited for this one. Don't forget, you can enter to win this bike, patreon.com/Campisi Customs. It's always the first link in the description below. Let's get this video started. Look at this. Dado's making homemade drinks with garnishes that were grown in his garden.
Little mints.
Little mints. What do we got in here, Dodskis?
It is Tito's vodka, lemon icy, some cherry juice, and then some lemon juice and mint.
Looks really good. Let's have some.
Switch
we also
it up a little bit.
Swung by Uncle Mike's Get Smoked barbecue shop. Got some banana. What is this?
Pudding.
Banana pudding, and then I get the peanut butter pie.
It kind of rolled over.
What the heck?
Dado, what
was
the hell?
driving.
This looks like a murder scene in here.
I was driving a little
murdered
fast.
me.
Dado
Oh my
is not driving in a
gosh.
straight line.
Well, we can cheers all of us together now. We're gonna cheers to something a little bit different today. Today, where's Dado? There he is. Today is gonna be a salute to the GTR Pro that is no longer in our
With
possession.
us. Rest in peace.
It was an awesome car. We owned it for 2 years, put about 2,000 miles on it. Dado is one of the few people who actually drove it outside of Christina and myself. I think Phil, that's it.
Phil, yeah.
Yeah, it was an awesome car. One of my dream cars, and I'm stoked that I owned it, and I'll cherish the memories that we had with it. Cheers to the GTR Pro. All right, the beautiful Christina K is gonna be doing the unboxing for us today. She swapped out of bikinis and into semi-normal clothing. Dude, the other day, randomly, she had a thumbnail removed and she got a copyright strike on her channel.
Copyright strike.
Sorry, an actual strike.
Strike on the channel.
So if you don't know how YouTube works, if you get a strike, you get one strike. If you get 3 of those strikes within 90 days, they delete your entire channel. She didn't even get a warning. They just removed a thumbnail that was her in bikinis and gave her a strike. And then we asked to have it removed and typed a little bit about it and everything, and then they completely removed it. So how does that happen?
An hour later.
Yeah, like how does that happen? It's insane. It's just insane. So I guess, like I said, she's too sexy for YouTube. My video that got 6 million views, it was true. They just discriminate against Christina for some reason. Also, she got a new haircut. Do you want to show them your haircut?
Oh yeah. I mean, now this is like a day old, but it's shorter.
It looks exactly the same.
No, before I could cover. It went down to here. Someone messaged me on OnlyFans. He goes, "It's time for a haircut."
Wow.
He didn't want me to keep covering.
Wow. Oh, I got it. That's funny. Okay, so front wheel today. The BST Rapid Tech carbon fiber wheels in high gloss. And I totally forgot that we did, well, Dado did remind me that we did the, you breaking stuff back there, bud? Did you announce your new bike yet?
Nope.
Okay. But he did put up a video on his channel. And don't forget, guys, all Dado's links are in the description below, along with Christina's and myself and Moto Millions as well. So these are the front BST Rapid Tech carbon fiber wheels in glossy. And they're gonna pop a lot more. Like, people were saying they prefer the stock wheels. You can't even see the stock wheels. What do you mean you prefer the stock wheels? Like, this is gonna pop way more against that.
Absolutely.
Look at that.
Shiny it is.
What a difference, dude.
Even if these get dirty, it's
I would
fine.
take these any day over the stock wheels and over the Street Fighter wheels. But you guys can argue about it in the comment section below. So those are the wheels right there. We're gonna see how much they save. I think the front saves, I wanna say 2 pounds in the front, and it was 3 or so in the back. So it's about 5 pounds on the wheels. The stock Marcassini forged wheels are actually very light. These also have carbon ceramic bearings in there, so they roll even better. Look at how beautiful that is. What do you think, teens? You like them?
Yeah, they're very nice.
They're badass, right?
And it just keeps transforming the bike, you know? Little touches.
Slowly but surely, we're getting there, boys. Look at that thing.
Surely.
Every time I walk in here, I'm just like...
Dude, it's amazing. Yeah, because we don't see it every day like Dado does. So I'm thinking we'll do the wheels. We'll do the... Oh, we got to get the brakes too. Or the rotors.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get those. Okay, so we're doing the Brembo floating rotors. And these are gorgeous. We actually use these on, I think the R1, I want to say. The reason why they call them floating is because if you shake it a little bit there, teens, you hear how they move? Isn't that weird? It's this part right here.
Shake, shake, shake.
Yeah.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
And then we're also doing pro-tie bolts. So, I mean, these are great, but the floating is just, the floating rotors are just taking it up another notch. And we have the titanium hardware to go with it. It's gonna look, yeah, exactly. Look at that. Along with the carbon wheels. Dude,
It's gonna look so good.
It's gonna look incredible. In the next video, we'll do the custom painted brake calipers front and rear. We'll do the carbon mud huggers, and then we'll do the carbon brake cooling ducts, and we'll do the axle sliders. And then we'll move on to the handlebars. People were saying about the red grips. Guys, we have, don't worry, all of this, the handlebar stuff's getting replaced. So we still have not a ton left, but some things left to do, and then we'll be done. So that's it, right? Front wheel, front rotors, the titanium bolts, and Tina Wiener's gonna sit down and do some editing and cry about the GTR Pro. Dude, guys, I wasn't gonna film this because we're flipping it around, but the bike being outside, like off the lift and moving around,
in natural light.
it looks insane, dude.
I really love that seat cover.
Yeah, me too.
Like, it's beautiful.
It does not come across on camera, unfortunately. Like in person, it looks insane. Like one of the coolest bikes I've ever seen. Right?
When we do the giveaway, if you have the opportunity to come and see it,
I know.
You have to come and see it in person.
Holy shit, dude. Yeah, we're gonna do it at Warhorse. I'll keep you guys posted so people can come out and see it, because it looks insane. This is my first time seeing, all of us seeing it off the lift in a long time. Dude, don't drive. Jeez, I thought the garage door was going down. I about lost my shit. Yeah, it looks.
Do you want to help him?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well,
that front end.
Look at that.
as Dado's ass is in the way. Shake it, Dado, shake it.
All right, we got it backwards up on the lift for the first time this build, I believe. He loosened the pinch bolts on each side, and now he's gonna loosen the front axle and pull that out.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do.
We don't have to take the calipers off.
Yeah, they're already off. That's the nice thing about this whole situation. He's got his Thor hammer, Milwaukee Thor hammer. Look at that. That's it. That's all she wrote. So we pull that out, right? And then we can, the whole wheel drops down.
Yep.
Swap everything over. Dude, you don't even have to take these rotors off.
Easy peasy.
We'll just leave them. Yeah, unless we need, oh no, we need the phonic wheel.
We just leave them.
Whoever that is.
Just leave everything.
Just leave everything?
We don't even need rotors, dude.
Yeah, screw them.
It's a hovercraft.
That's true. Remember, it was a hover bike. All right, front wheel coming out. Just like that. Much easier than the rear wheel. Jesus. Are these the bearings? Is that what these are?
Spacers.
Spacers.
They sit between the bearings and the bottom of the forks.
That's what I was gonna say. We have new ones that are black, which is nice, that came with the wheel. So he's keeping them on the sides that they go on, so we know for the new ones. Even though we're swapping over the new rotors, we're still gonna remove all these because it's easier to take the tire off with these off. And we wanna weigh everything anyway, so he's gonna pop it up here.
And we also gotta ship the rotors and stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna, so people ask me this non-stop. I got so many messages on Instagram from the last video about the wheels. We send all the stock parts, most of the stock parts, back to Moto Million. Well, not back to Moto Million. And that way we can get discounts on parts and stuff like that. So they will have them available. If you guys want them, the best way to do it is just message them on Instagram at Moto Million and just tell them, hey, I watched Jaret's video. I want this part from the Panigale. If you have it, let me know. I got probably 10 messages about the wheels. So if you want them, hit them up immediately. I had to move this thing out of the way. Look at this. Dado's Thor nail gun. It's ridiculous. Look at this thing. What the? I said I'd just like to have one of these sitting next to the bed. Somebody comes in.
Somebody comes in, they're gonna get
semi-auto. Yeah, they're gonna get nailed. Oh God, dad jokes. So we're just removing the rotors, all the bolts. Look at these poopy black bolts. At least they're black. I'll give them that. And then we'll be able to take the tire off. Will be the next thing.
Yep.
Then we'll weigh them and see what the savings is. All right. Rotors, phonic wheel removed. Dodge, people were mentioning in the background they wanted to hear this BMW. What is it's inline 3?
Inline 3 to K75.
K75.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna start it for us? It does. I was just. That sounds good. I dig it. We need to do a cafe at some point, like a cafe racer style.
It's like it runs really healthy.
It sounds good. You know, we need to do a Harley build and a cafe racer style build.
There we go, 2 bikes right here.
At some point. What do you think?
What we need to do is build one of these Sportsters or like a Fat Bob and do like chunky ass tires, a supercharger.
I would do one of those for myself. I've always loved those bikes.
You look like.
Can I see what I look like on it?
Yeah, you definitely look. You look like you belong on the damn thing.
Have I been riding the wrong bikes all along?
Yes. Yeah, you're a Harley dude.
Am I a Harley guy?
You're a Harley dude.
Is that what's going on? What do you think? You guys see me on a Harley? Reminds me of the XE-Oval. You know, the riding position.
It's a cool bike for
They
sure.
are cool bikes. I like them a lot. They're just impractical. But I guess every bike is really. All right, we're repeating the process from the last video. Breaking the bead. Somebody was asking why we didn't replace the tires, guys. These are the best, basically the best tires you can get. Diablo Rosso 3s. I think they're brand new. The SPs as well. Yeah, like the best tire, and they have like 500 miles on them. So no, we're not going to replace those. They're literally the best ones you can get. Sorry about the sound. We got a compressor running in the background. So pulling the tire off of the wheel. Well, the first part of it. This is manual labor, huh?
Yeah, you actually got to do some work.
That's crazy. I don't know what that's like. Everyone always tells me to get a job.
The tire keeps pulling in.
Really?
Yeah, like it keeps like dragging.
Because it's so tiny, right? And so tight on there?
Yeah, you gotta squeeze this end down like this.
Try and pull it up over. There you go.
Plus this head is nylon so it bends, but I'd rather that and be safe.
The duck head?
Yeah, the duck. Yeah, you remembered.
Hey, what the duck, man?
What the duck?
Yeah.
And then also, I mentioned in the last video, this is nylon. Now watch, when this comes over here and hits the wheel, it's not gonna mar it. Look. So it's nylon on this, and you can like this stuff is so soft. Yeah. It doesn't ruin anything. So there's that.
There's that.
Then the other bead, and then we're done.
Okay, there it is. Just repeated the process.
We're gonna throw away this cheap ass tire.
Yeah, since nobody wants them. They're only $400, so I guess they're not good enough for people on YouTube. Let's weigh this, right? Versus the new one. We'll weigh the wheels and then we'll weigh the rotors. I actually think the T-Drive rotors are a little heavier.
Guys. Chrome weights.
Come on, would you expect anything less? The hover bike, the Lambo hover bike, baby. Okay, we'll weigh the wheels first. We got our trusty scale here that we haven't replaced the battery in 4 years. For some reason it's still working.
You're right,
which
it's been more than 4 years.
Insane. So 6 pounds, 14.7 ounces, that's almost 7 pounds. And then let's see what the carbon wheel is. They felt pretty close to me, but you never know. 6 pounds.
Exactly.
So almost a pound. And it was 2.5 pounds in the rear. Actually, it was 5 pounds in the rear rotational mass. So that's 6 pounds of rotational mass. I'll take it. I will take it. These Marcassini forged aluminum wheels are pretty freaking light, honestly.
Hey, I don't think these aren't ball bearings.
They're ceramic. Ceramic bearings. What do you mean? Okay.
Something broken.
Let's weigh the rotors and the bolts and stuff too. Okay, let's see what the rotors are. We're gonna do the rotors plus the hardware because we have titanium hardware for the new ones. So, damn, they weigh as much as the wheel. That's crazy.
Who needs rotors anyways when they weigh that much?
And over 3 ounces worth of hardware. So 6 pounds, 3.4 ounces. And then let me put all the other stuff on. Okay, got all the new hardware on there. Well, you know what I mean. 7 pounds. So it negated all of our weight savings. So it's gonna be exactly the same as it was in the stock form.
But I did want to mention something about floating rotors. Full floating and semi-floating rotors. So the reason why they have the floating part of the rotor is because you don't want the heat to transfer to, you want the heat to stay up here and not transfer all the way down to there. And having a solid piece between here or having a rivet there keeps you from doing that, and that keeps everything cooler, much cooler.
Yeah, that's what I said. I didn't know why. That's cool. Yeah, isn't that weird?
They just move.
Yeah, that's why they call them floating, right?
Yeah, they just literally float in these little crevices here.
Grooves.
I mean, there's a retainer pin so they can't come apart, but I heard a lot of engineers talk on forums about so it's not just the fact that they're not always, the two surfaces aren't touching, where like the hub part and the rotor part are kind of like, imagine a heat sink that's broken in the middle. The heat's not going to transfer through. But a lot of the engineers on these forums that I was reading are saying that having a rotor that has movement left to right, so like this is stationary here and this part of the rotor moves, that also helps down on brake pad wear, because as the pads squeeze it, if the rotor is, you know what I mean, even under heat,
so it can grab all the surface.
Yeah, but the rotor kind of centers itself before, and it all happens so fast. But
it's crazy.
Yeah, so all these like little tiny things.
Never think about.
You never think about that, but whenever they measured like a rotor like this versus a factory rotor, the heat dissipation is insane. Yeah. And you see all the heat like out here and nothing in the center too.
Super cool.
So, yeah.
So it's worth weighing a little bit more, in my opinion. Braking's pretty important. All right, next order of business is putting the Phonic wheel and the new T-drive rotors onto the new wheel. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We believe that these stickers also have direction for the wheel, and that also fits in with when you put it on the rear stand.
Side stand.
Yeah, the side stand. Then you'd be able to get to the, what's it called?
Stem.
The stem, valve stem for putting air in it. So that's how it goes right there. Now we can put, these aren't even directional anyway.
No, the aftermarket ones are not directional. The factory ones
are.
Were.
Yeah, stock ones were. They have a left and a right. That these
do you know why? Quiz time.
Do I know why they're directional?
Why the stock ones are directional, these ones aren't? So with the factory ones, if you look at how they're drilled, and I just had this debate about somebody because I just did drilled and slotted rotors. So on the factory ones, you can actually see the holes are drilled to pull outward. So what happens when the heat, where the rotor spins, this one here spins this way, it's supposed to push the heat out. Or sometimes it's the way that the heat enters and exits the rotor, right? Whether it's coming in from the outside or the inside, and then they have an arrow showing, okay, this is rotating this way, right? Yeah. The aftermarket ones are floating, however, they do not have a direction on them because all the holes are drilled equal between the two rotors. You can see they're just in a wave pattern, but there's no rhyme or reason. So I checked, the part numbers are the same. Yeah. They are the same rotor, so you can put them on either side. Yeah. Wheel.
Look at that, guys. That's motorcycle porn right there. That is absolutely gorgeous. So he's gonna do the other side, flip him over and do the other side. While he's doing that, I want to show you guys something. What?
We're done.
They're both on?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was working while you were sleeping.
I was pulling up stuff, dude. Wow.
Pull up on me.
So it's ready to go, and that goes on like that, right?
Yeah.
That's incredible. Okay, so that's done. I want to show you guys real quick because people always complain about when I say the cost of the builds and how is this bike 80 grand, how is this bike 100 grand, whatever. Look, this is just the wheel and rotor setup with the tie bolts, okay? This is before tax.
And you gotta think, you imagine labor.
So 6,000 plus labor. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at 6,500 probably, easily, just on wheels and rotors and tie bolts. Like, when I say the bike is 100K, I'm telling you how much we pay into these projects. Don't come at me. Look at this. This is how we get all those badass shots for the gram. Look at this guy. How cool is that? It looks so good.
Time for a drink. Look at that.
That looks insane. People who are saying the stock wheel setup is better.
Hey, something's loose, bud.
Yeah, you're literally out of your minds. I don't even know what to tell you. Someone asked me to keep the stock wheels because if they won the bike, they were going to put them back on. I'm going to take the bike from you if you do that. How's that sound?
I had a guy message me today, and he's like, he commented on a post that I put, like a professional rider was like up on one wheel.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
And he goes, dude, he's like, and you know who you are because you watch our videos. Yeah. He's like, if I win that bike, he's like, I'd do the same thing. He's like, I'd let you guys keep the carbon wheels and the body work. He's like,
what?
I just want to put race plastics on. And I was like, what?
No.
Even if I raced it on track, I would take it just as is.
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck it.
What's gonna happen?
PPF?
You're gonna wreck it and like lose 80 grand. I mean, who cares?
100 grand?
Whatever.
150 grand?
Yeah.
200 grand? Why not? Okay, what's next? You got to clamp down?
I don't know, bud. That's pretty loose.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right. Something's wrong. Your mechanic doesn't know what he's doing.
So we're gonna follow the arrow. So it's clockwise to mount the tire on. We're
Tires
gonna find
have
that.
arrows.
Yeah, we're gonna find that on the tire.
And the heavy part of the tire.
Yeah, there's the arrow clockwise.
Yep, that's the right
it's
way.
already done. Putting the marks, lining the marks up with the heaviest, you know, the whole 9 yards. That works primarily when the tire is brand new, but once it's...
Are you gonna lube this thing up first too?
Yeah. Once it's used and stuff, it doesn't
They
really,
wear off.
Yeah. But I still...
Because that's no longer really the case, right? Once they wear
Yeah,
out.
another part of the tire. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, I've done so many tires. It's such a minute little
Yeah,
difference.
But why not?
Unless
you
you're putting... Now, I've put cheap tires on, and they matter. Like,
Yeah,
cheap
yeah.
tires will be
Because
like
they're
super
not
heavy.
as
Yeah. So
consistent.
This red mark's right here.
Yeah.
So I'll just for shits and giggles,
We'll line it up.
I'll line it up. So basically, it's like right where the S is. For
Yep.
Super Corsa, and then
Diablo Super Corsa SPs. Oh, these aren't even Rossos. They're SPs. Yeah, they're like the best ones you can get.
yeah, man,
Look at this. This looks like the devil's asshole over here.
it is actually.
And he's scooping it out and rubbing it all over our brand new carbon wheels. Our $6,000 wheel setup.
I'm pretty sure that container has Miller Lite in it.
Perfect.
I'm just kidding.
No, it doesn't. It probably does. All right, he's got it lined up. People said they really enjoyed the 35-minute episode, and to show more information. Sometimes there just isn't as much information to show. Doing tires and wheels, there's a lot more going on. So there's more to show, but it isn't always like that.
Now this can get tricky because you want the tire to squeeze in, because you want the entire tire to move that way, because this is getting really tight.
Yeah.
But because it's such a small wheel, I can do it by hand. That's it.
That was easy.
Whoa.
Only Dada would be looking at this stuff.
Yeah, I took this out. He's like, don't you want to keep it in? Well, I wanted to check because the valve sometimes is composed of different materials. So this one here is like a chrome plated metal, and this is a brass, and different metals actually react to different things like moisture and stuff like that. But anyways, if you see a black band, that typically means low pressure. Red band means it can be run in high pressure applications, and high pressure meaning like
high speed too.
High
right?
speed, yes.
Yeah. That's a Z rated. Does that have anything to do with it, or is that the tire
itself? Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna put back in there what was in there. I just want to check out what these valve stems come
Dada
with.
has to look at everything.
I do. I inspect everything.
I just want to talk to
There's
him.
going to be a whole slew of people in the comments saying you're an idiot. Red means it's from Italy, and black means it's from underground or some shit, you know. But whatever, man.
I mean, sometimes people do have like insightful things to add.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. We have good viewers.
You know, people ask me, they're like, "How do you know everything?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't even know a fraction of what I'd like to know. I know a little bit about
a lot, yeah."
But yeah, and I do like when people are like, "Hey, I noticed this in your video." It's like, "Oh, cool, yeah, I totally forgot to put that piston back in."
Adding the air in.
It might not seat.
No?
The tire needs to be pretty tight up against it, and it's leaking a lot of air, so
Oh, you can see it?
I can
feel
hear
it. All right. After all that, would you go under it?
Yeah.
I said 32 and a half.
Oh.
33, yeah. It took forever for that shit. And when it popped, it actually flew shit all over my face. It was all the way up to like 45 PSI to get it to pop. So we just put it back down to 33. I think it was 33 or 33 and a half, I can't remember. But we'll check the PSI before we ride it for the first time anyway. It's gonna sit in the garage for another week or two, so it'll have to be checked, but there you go.
We're gonna clean this off, balance it, and then throw it on.
All right, we're balancing wheels, and if you guys remember in the last episode, I mentioned that I had seen a carbon wheel, it was a rear wheel, not take a single weight because it was perfectly balanced. That's how good carbon wheels are. Look at this. This doesn't have a single weight on it.
So I'm gonna move it.
He was like, all right, let me just check it out and see.
Let's see.
Look at
It's
that.
barely moving.
Yeah, and he's moved it all over.
If I cut a 1/4 ounce in half and put it on there, it's probably gonna be even too much.
Yeah, that's...
So, I don't think I need to balance this wheel at all.
That is insane, dude.
The wheel is not moving.
That's nutty.
Yep.
Look at that. Okay, well, it's balanced. All right, so before we put our perfectly balanced carbon wheel on, he's just putting the spacers in. Black spacers, which I love, makes me very happy. Just pounding them on in there.
I'm using my hand and it hurts.
No big deal. Where's your, there you got it right there.
The,
Your rubber mallet.
what's it called?
Woo! That would have been loud.
I know. There's that. The tolerances are so close on this stuff. It's like super tight but still
Crazy.
movable.
I'm gonna have to give you a hand, huh?
No.
So you can slide the thing through.
Dude, I do this.
Are you lubing this back up again, or does it have grease on there?
I'm gonna clean and lube the shaft.
Clean and lube the shaft, baby.
Because-
2 dudes cleaning and lubing shafts.
2 dudes, 1 shaft.
2 dudes, 1 shaft. All right, he cleaned and lubed the shaft with help from me. 2 dudes, 1 shaft. And now I might need to give him a hand. You got it.
I just gotta get the threads to go through.
Just gotta find the hole. Everyone was roasting me because you said I couldn't find the hole in the last video. She just made a joke, guys.
What did I?
It was a joke.
Jokes start with a little bit of truth.
Is that right? Not only can I find the hole, I found every hole. Yeah, not so funny now.
Yeah.
All right, wheel is on, looking nice and juicy, torquing it down, all done there. And I think that's all she wrote. All we're gonna do is tighten the other pinch bolts down, clean it up a little bit because we got some grease flying everywhere from lubing the shaft, and then we should be good to go. Look at that. Ceramic bearings, baby. If you hear a little bit of sound, it's just the floating rotor. Yeah. Floating rotors.
They're gonna sound so awful when you're braking.
Yeah, that's hilarious, but totally worth it. Ended up not actually saving any weight. It was pretty much just dead even because of the T-drive rotors, but I think it's worth it. They're super cool. The hardware looks incredible. The wheel looks amazing. Right next to the plastic bags. Don't worry, these are gone in the next episode. You'll get to see the new custom painted brake calipers, and we'll do little pieces like this in that episode as well. And we'll also do the carbon brake cooling ducts, the axle sliders, and the new carbon front. Look at that. Oh man, I love this bike. I just can't get over when I saw him pushing it around out there. Like, just so different than being up on a lift when it's down on the ground. It's just, and being pushed around, it just, especially around the other bikes, like it just like, I don't know, it looks amazing. So that's it. So again, huge thanks to MotoMillion for all the parts. MotoMillion.com, use my code Campisi, save yourself some money. Always linked in the description below.
Huge thank you to Teens for the drink.
I know, she didn't even drink her drink.
Drink half.
Lightweight. Thank you, Dotto, for your hard work, making it look easy as always. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to be entered to win this bike, patreon.com/Campisi Customs. It's always the first link in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a big old juicy thumbs up. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.